All right. So it is the 12th of Ebreen of Erok, what is called Light's Tide. It is late Light's Tide. You've spent the season of Light's Tide in celebration and ceremony, and it's a time of hope, and it's spring. And Zelkor's Ferry has thrived during the winter of Darkentide, and it's turned into a bustling village in its own right, with a second palisade that's larger than the first, that has grown the community off of its little peninsula. And you have a temple. And anyways, I'll show you some of the things that you have. It is currently Wode's Day, and it is a beautiful spring day. The weather is clear. Light's Tide is the season that immediately precedes Adventure Tide, the time when everyone gets their affairs in order and they set off to try to accomplish the things that they hope to in life. And you all are going to start doing that early this year. And you've made it back to Zelkor's Ferry from the various things that you've done over the winter for the past few months, or whatever kind of, for the two clerics, the ministrations that you've been doing just here in Zelkor's Ferry now for throughout the winter. Let's see. Zelkor's Ferry has turned into quite the bustling place. Much larger than it used to be. Tenements have grown up, and those have been improved, and now some of them are daub and log housing, and with some clay and straw and things like that. There's still tenements over the water, and then there's buildings, and there's new businesses. There's of course, the chapel itself, that Father Bloombad and Caden are both the archpriest, the authority, although you have not gathered the blessing of the Church of the Light yet. So you're not official, but this place does have a small chapel now and a graveyard. And there's also this wooden lodge building, where you know that mercenaries and fighters and adventurers gather. If you are a Hound of the Pine, you are allowed access to that building. And they gather mercenaries and adventurers and tells, and they drink and party there, basically. And then there's also a new business, a bowyer and Fletcher, that constructs wooden bows and arrows, which you can purchase. So if you want bows or arrows, you can get those now. And the ferry has come. The 3 surviving keelboats and their crews have started making regular trips, as it's now much more profitable to come to Zelkor's Ferry. So that's what's going on in Zelkor's Ferry. And then you all are gathered in your usual spot where you discuss your plans before you set out on your adventure. It is, I said it's the 12th of Ebreen. It is currently the 11th. It's the night before on Tuesday. And here in the tavern are all sorts of people. There are merchants, there are workers, there are people looking for work that are not adventurers, any number of which would be eager to try to help you. But you notice that there are 3 things of note here tonight. There is a man speaking to a group of merchants by himself. Not with. It's obvious that he is a traveler, and he's wearing robes, and they have odd designs on the hems of the robes, not religious symbols. And then probably someone who has immediately come to Caden and Father Bloombad in advance is a cleric. Somebody who came here, and he probably started coming to the church, and specifically has asked to go with you in your battle against chaos. His name is Aogan, and he is a crusader himself. He's a 3rd level cleric. And then also, there is a patrol of footmen and 1 knight from Eastridge. And they have come here to gather their tax money. And they're sitting here in the tavern tonight. So that's what you see here. Has anyone not been to the Bristleback Inn?
Well, I mean, if I've been here, how long since we last played? Has it been weeks?
I don't think you have been. I don't think you've been here.
So maybe I just arrived in Zelkor's Fair or something?
Yeah, well, you all journeyed back north from Anne's Woodfort. And you made it here before the winter got really bad. And so you've probably stayed here for the winter. And now it's spring. But in the course of that time, the Bristleback Inn is it has a cracked, peeling wooden sign creaking on an iron bracket by the door, showing a picture of a wild boar in badly faded paint. It's an old, rustic building, small for an inn, but with some outbuildings for rooms in the back. It's had some recent repairs, and room and board here cost 1 gold piece per night, and it includes the meal from the previous night and breakfast the next morning. So you get you basically get your meals here and a room if you pay a gold piece. If you keep a room here to store your things so that you don't carry everything with you, it's a gold piece a night as well to keep the room. And by now you would know the owner of the place, Odo Bristleback, who's this big burly guy who owns this place. He is seen less and less out serving in the tavern. Instead, he's become a sort of mayor or a minor lord. Instead, his wife Amelia runs the establishment along with his servers Isabel and Tally and Gumble. So, with that, what do you all do, Chris?
Well, I'm in search of magical artifacts and writings of all kinds. I heard that the 2nd level of this, what do you call it?
Rappan Athuk.
Yes, I have the feeling that place will be rich in findings for me. And so we should set out. But first, I need someone to carry my things. Anyone have any suggestions before we hit the road?
We have the money, we can hire someone.
Oh, I certainly have the cash.
Are you just wanting somebody to help carry things to the dungeon site?
Yes, and hold torches and hold a sword for me and stay next to me.
Can I talk?
Make sure nothing happens to me.
When you look around the tavern, Magnus, you can see there are, and you've been here long enough that you would know this, that you are all kind of seen as heroes. You're kind of celebrities at this point. Any number of common workers would be willing to venture with you into the forest and to the dungeon just to carry a torch and to carry equipment. They're likely to run if they see the horrors that are down there, though. And they're not very good in combat and they're very fragile. Alternately, you can tell that two people here are adventurers. Two people, the person in the robes with the strange symbols. You sense that there is a like-minded person there, that an academic. And then Eogan, have already met. All of you have already met. It's a zealous crusader type that is here just to try to beat up monsters. That's his goal.
And how much are they charging for their services? Or what would their terms be?
Eogan has already told you that basically he just wants a fair share. A hireling takes usually about a half share of what a player would get. And they also get a half share of the XP. So I divide that up. A torchbearer will get a smaller portion, but they're far less useful, right? I do divvy up the... So you could give a torchbearer like 20 gold or something, and they'll just go. They'll go with you. Or even 10 gold.
20 gold? Good lord.
Yeah. You know, that would be generous, but whatever. Anyways, as far as this man in robes, you don't know. You would need to go talk to him.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go say hi to him.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll cast Detect Evil. Scan the room.
I have to keep noting, like, as soon as these two clerics got turned into archpriests, all of a sudden the Inquisition started in this place every session. It's great.
Yes,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Reasonable precaution. I would not. Magnus would not have thought of it.
Yeah. Let's see here. You spend time in prayer, connecting with the light, trying to snuff out the forces of chaos, and with good reason, because you have been betrayed already twice. If my counting is correct. And one of the most awful things happens. Eogan, the person that... this is probably something that has happened over the past week, where you're troubled by visions and, you know, you struggle in prayer, something bothers you. You eventually, by this time, the night before your adventure, you discover that Eogan is a servant of chaos.
Was that the cleric or the other?
He is a cleric. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. He pretends to be a crusader for the light, and he is not.
Oh, he'll be disrobed soon enough.
Yeah, and then as far as the man in robes, however, you sense nothing from the man. He doesn't seem to... Yeah, you sense nothing from him.
I'll cast Detect Magic after that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Well, the man in robes is clearly magical, and you can, in fact, you can tell that he has some sort of thing that is full of magical secrets and power. He's got this tome on him. And as for the cleric, he is touched by the taint of chaos.
I'll whisper in my companion's ears.
So, will I then have heard that before walking over? Brashly?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I guess we won't hire him then, or perhaps we throw him in the front lines.
We'll take him with us, and then we'll murder him.
Okay.
Well, gosh.
The person in robes does not have to clarify, the evil person was the cleric that
Yes.
you all already met. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. Well, you know best, I suppose. Meanwhile, I'm going to have a talk with my brother, Scholar, over here.
All right.
And see if we can't achieve an understanding. So I'll stroll on over and what does he look like? Does he have like a beard, or is he shave-headed, or?
He looks balding. He looks still like he's, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yale.
He is still has vigor, but he's a little bit older, and he's actively kind of like talking and trying to impress this group of people at a table. And you have this awkward situation based on the role where you come up and you try to join in the conversation. You're having trouble finding an opening because he just keeps going on about himself.
I'm gonna listen to see what I can learn about him.
All right. He's like, and then that fool challenged me to a debate, if you could believe that. Now, let me tell you everything that he said during the debate. And then he does. And it takes a long time.
Okay, well, I'm going to interrupt him then in the middle of the description of the debate.
Okay.
And
you do gather from this that he is from the Isle of Irene, which is a western isle, an isle west of here, and he's from the most metropolitan area of that isle called the City of Daylight, or at least that's what they call it in Low Woldish.
Excuse me, sir.
And he's like, and then he tried to use that. Yes. Hello. And like turns around and awkwardly stops the conversation.
Does it seem like, are these like students or something that he's talking to,
No.
or they're just townspeople?
Yeah, he's townspeople. He probably paid for their drinks, and that's probably how he's managed to get somebody to listen to him.
Are their eyes glazed over? And
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna say your point really interested me when you described him saying, and then I repeat his argument, the other guy's foolish argument back to him, and then jeer at it disdainfully and agree with him in everything. And then I asked if he wouldn't mind sharing a drink and perhaps a word or two about the craft.
Yeah, that works, and you're able to kind of get a different table. He easily forgets these poor people that he was assaulting with all this for a while, and turns his assault onto you, and is eager to tell you about. And the only thing he asked you about yourself at some point, eventually he remembers to ask your name, and he's like, "What is your name again, sir?"
Magnus is my name.
Oh, Magnus, I am Erok the Bright. That's what they call me back in daylight, anyways. And then he kind of lays out his academic pedigree and all of his accomplishments and everything. At some point he asks, he's like, so you say that you study as well, you're read. Where did you learn?
I don't even know if I came from this world. I don't.
Yeah, everybody's from this world, and it's essentially a smeared mishmash of pseudo-historical Arthurian England, where the time frame is around 700 to 800 AD, but the expression of history is false. Like they've got like half plate, sometimes plate mail and stuff. But yeah. So most people are from Ireland, Britain, Wales. Not Scotland though. That place is evil.
Anyway, okay. It's a university far from here.
Oh, France is an option. Germany is an option.
I was thinking about Byzantium.
Ooh.
Because there certainly would have been sea trade. It depends on how historic you wanted to be about
Well, you can correct me on this, but so here's kind of what's going on. If you've read Two Hearts and Two Lions, the setting is kind of based on that. So
it. I have not.
I think that the Turks have already taken over that place. But you don't know them as the Turks right now. Everyone thinks everyone in that part of the world, they call them the starts with an S.
Saracens?
Saracens, thank you. They call everybody from that part, like if you're northern Africa or anywhere in the Middle East, it's all Saracens. And of course that's false. And it's way more complicated than that, but they think the whole part of that world is just Saracens. And the Holy Empire, which is like Germany and parts of Eastern Europe and stuff, have been at war with the Saracens on and off across the ages.
I'll just make some oblique reference to a city in the east and leave it at that.
Okay.
But I
Saracen too. You could.
I mean, or I could have
from
been. I could be an oppressed, second-class citizen, former member of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, whatever. Anyway,
He
so
says as much. Then he's like, "Oh, you're a Saracen." Then you probably get that a lot anytime it's brought up, which is
Yeah, I
horrible
might have,
coming
like,
from a learned person.
olive tinged skin or something. In
Yeah.
any case, not exactly, but nonetheless, I wonder. My friends and I, we seek to explore Rappan Athuk. Would you like to accompany us? Bring your talents to bear.
Yes, that's exactly why I came here. Do you have bodyguards?
See, we come to. Well, I mean, I gesture over towards the table that my friends are at,
Yeah.
and I say, "Well, see for yourself."
They're pretty impressive, stout men. I don't know if they're wearing their armor or not, but to the extent that someone can tell, Father Bloombad, Rogarius, and Caden are imposing people. So
Yes, but I wouldn't mind acquiring a couple more bodies before we head out. But, yes.
well, perhaps if we can journey there and back, if we could find. That's why I came here. I heard that there was someone here that deals in strange arts, and so I came here to study. But then he told me to leave. Can you believe how rude that is? Unbelievable.
That sounds like old Madark.
Oh yes, I think that was his name.
Yes. So I invite him to join us at the table. Then I'll say, "We're here. Come in."
So you gain the added benefit of if you make it back alive, he'll spend the time to trade notes with you.
In other words, exchange spells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So then we need anything else that you all want to investigate here? Anyone want to talk to those other derobed, non-religious types that he was talking about? I don't know what they're up to. Maybe that's just too much of a distraction.
Didn't you say tax collectors or something?
There is they're wearing the tabard of Lord Meriadoc, of House Meriadoc from Eastreach, and of Corgay, and they have come to collect taxes from Odo. They've been here for a couple of days.
Is he not paying up?
Oh, he is, yeah.
It's taking them a couple days to get it all.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably leave when you all do tomorrow. They'll, so.
Okay.
In their defense, traveling overland in this place is a pretty crazy thing.
Yes.
Okay, so are we finished in the tavern then?
All right.
Good.
Let's see. The night passes without
We
incident.
do want to hire the guy. Are we hiring the other guy, right? You're hiring the cleric as well?
He's just going to go with us.
Oh, right, yeah, he'll come with us. Okay.
Don't worry, he won't get any shares. He's not going to make it.
I mean, there is a lava pit we can push him in if we need to.
I just figured we'd get rid of him on the way. I'll just ask for his. I'll go around and I'll ask everybody for their weapons so I can bless it one at a time. And when I get to him, I'll just take his weapon away from him and confront him.
Confront him. Okay. Yeah. It's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing being an Inquisitor because you can't just stab somebody, but also you have to confront them. I'm interested to see how this goes. Anyways, the next morning when you awake, it's a beautiful day outside, a beautiful spring day. Dew lay on the grass that is a vibrant green. You can see from where you are that there's a hillside, and it's covered in vibrant green trees. The river is flowing. There was some rainfall here about a week ago, but not enough rainfall to fill up this tributary entirely. So you can see here at the edge, past the hillside, that it's a bit of a dry bed in places, in case you were to attempt to ford it. From where you are in this peninsula where Zelkor's Ferry is out into the water, you can also see that there's this little kind of area where the river goes inland a bit, off in the distance. And then a road miles away. Where do you go? And now, I should note, Chris, that you all have access to the map, but Caden has a map. So, like,
Well, yeah, we go to the second level of the dungeon if that's possible. Speak. Unless, wait. You want to confront the guy? I wanted to talk about that. So it'd be better to confront him like right away. Is that we can just deliver him back to town, or you can execute him or something? We don't have to.
Well, we can't kill anybody inside of the Zelkor's Ferry, so we have to wait until we get outside.
Okay, well then let's do it when you're right outside, so that we don't have to.
Let's go a little bit. I mean,
All right. Well, maybe maybe just over the ridge or something.
yeah, like, you mean like a mile or something?
Yeah.
Like
we're going past that statue that was knocked over, right?
you're gonna go that far. So that's
To the road, yeah,
and
probably.
I think so. Nobody's got horses, right?
We all have horses. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have a
I'm
horse
sorry.
as well now.
Okay, everybody's got horses.
We all have war. I think we all have. I think I'm the only one without a war horse.
What
just
are you
because-
gonna? What are you gonna do with? Do you have? Are you gonna keep them outside, Caden? Or did you use some of the mercenaries from the Hounds of the Pine? What are you gonna do with the horses when you get to the dungeon?
That's a good point.
Oh, I assumed there was a system in place for that.
Not yet.
Yeah. Well, we do need to hire couple of helpers before we leave, and that's the case.
We could use those mercenaries, I guess.
But if our plan is to, to confront this guy, and then, maybe we don't want to do that in front of the helpers. I don't know.
I don't mind.
But the mercenaries will have horses.
Okay, so maybe. Listen, it's all way over my head. I'm just here to learn.
This whole town of note, Father Bloombad and Caden sort of set the tone around this place a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, because they
Their word is law.
Their word is law. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
My dog. I have to run upstairs for just a minute. I'll be right back. Please go on.
The power doesn't go to their heads.
Yeah. You all also don't have shadows. None
Yeah,
of you.
that's creepy.
Rogarius, same thing, no shadow. Oh, also, I forgot to ask this. What'd you say, Mike?
Oh,
Right,
I
I'm
just
back.
said that's right. I forgot. I don't have a shadow.
Do you think since the winter time, has there ever been a point where there has been a picture depicted of you in any way? Or that you've had to sign your name?
Do you think Aiden might have to as the head of the church there?
I don't know. You tell me. It's kind of Dark Ages, right? So maybe not, actually. So.
Probably not.
Okay. All right. So everybody has horses. So let's see here. I got to go to my. And then, Caden, do you want to use one of the surviving mercenaries and pay them at adventurer rate? I don't know off the top of my head. It's something like 30 gold, but it'll pay for it. So it'd be like maybe 60 gold total. But what's that?
Can I hire an adventurer?
There are there weren't any. I rolled for it. But Caden has access to mercenaries that work for him.
Yeah, we can bring the mercenaries of the house.
I will just subtract it from your all's earnings, if that's okay. It'll be that simple. It's max 30 gold for a week of adventuring, so it'd be like 60 gold total. It might be less than that. I can't remember, but it's not more than that. So, okay, let me make a note. Subtract mercenary.
I think Kellic probably would have brought them to.
And then the good thing is that unless something crazy happens, these are very competent soldiers, and they will guard your stuff. So
they don't have horses, but
that is true. That is true, unless you buy horses, and I will say that the stable does have horses.
How much is a horse again?
I don't think I'm buying horses for the mercenaries.
Yeah, never mind.
There are 40 gold each.
Oh.
So 2 horses would be 80 gold. And then you can either... Huh?
We don't have to buy it for them. We can just buy horses and allow them to ride it until...
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and then stabling horses at the stables is 2 silver pieces per day. So 2 horses, if you own them, would be 4 silver pieces a day in addition to... And don't worry, we won't count the winner, so this will only be the next time you guys play, is we'll count these costs. Okay, so you guys are going to buy 2 horses for them? So you can go to the horse
I'll certainly buy an extra horse. I mean, I'm willing to pay up for one of them myself.
So the horses in this type of area can travel 15 unless in forest, and then they can go 10. So either way, unless going in a forest they travel slower than a man. But
I can bring my mule as well.
Okay. All right. So here you go. You start heading out. You make it to about here. There's 4 miles, 3.8. 3.8 miles. Earnings. And you can see from this point the road continues on. It splits along a creek bed. Off in the distance you can see a lake. And I need to make some rolls really quick. Okay. Two, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. While you're journeying, Magnus, please roll a d6. Okay. You can see, Magnus, that off this way, at the foot of this hill, there are some animals grazing there. What the heck? Oh, I see. 20. You see a small family of bears off in the distance.
Let's move on.
All right. And then you also see where the terrain rises out this way. And then you can see that these 2 hills form a saddle with this hillside being bald. Off in the distance, you can kind of see where the riverbed is kind of dry and caked in places. It looks like a good fording spot from there.
Okay, they're not in our way, are they?
No, they're miles off. You can see them
Okay.
off in the distance here, about a mile and a half away, at
Okay.
the foot of this hill. And then this road down here to the south cuts close, just a few hundred feet away from some woods. Those are what you see. And then from here, this riverbed breaks. I can't remember what these are called, but the river breaks into this creek. And there is some ruined statue that all the way down to the foundation, it's been shattered. The stones are missing.
Let's dismount, and we'll bless all of your weapons.
Egan says, "Ah, Father, that is a wonderful idea. Thank you so much. Praise the light." He dismounts from... you all didn't buy a horse for him, but I'll say that he's got a horse. I don't want to even count that much, especially if the man's going to die.
Gregarious, let me bless your weapon.
Pull out my long sword, and I hold it before you with two hands.
I will take it up and say, "May your sword strike true, deadly, against evil."
Does the chaos point that I have tingle a little bit as he says this?
Yeah, I think I've got one too now.
Yeah, Caden has one too, yeah. Yes, it does.
Well, may the light shine on you while you bear this weapon. I'll give it to him.
Makes you a little uncomfortable.
squint a little bit like the sun is in my eyes.
And what's the guy's name again? I apologize.
The cleric?
Yeah.
Egan.
Egan, may I see your weapon?
He's like, "Of course, brother." He pulls it out and hands you a mace.
Right. Does he have another weapon?
Let me look.
That we can see, I guess.
He does not. Well, he has a sling, but it would in no way be able to be drawn and used.
Right. So I walk away and I turn to him and say, "You have the taint of chaos upon you. Is your plan to betray us?"
He says, "Father, no! What are you talking about? Is this some sort of test?" He looks around at everybody else. Some sort of jest.
Or evil.
The mercenaries, they pull their pole arms out because they're like, "Father Bloomhead says it. We're pulling our pole arms out."
Caden pulls his mace out too.
I backed swiftly away.
And he denies it. He says, "What? This is preposterous. I am a loyal son of the light."
Take off your armor.
He's surrounded by blades. He scowls, takes off his armor.
This robe, I want to see if you have any marks of chaos upon you.
How that works, I don't know.
He takes off his shirt, his tunic. You see no marks. The marks that would be inside of his soul.
Yeah. That's all I wanted. Now start walking, and I'll point west.
He scowls, and he does, and he does. He just walks, leaves his armor and his weapon, walks off to the west.
All right, so we got a free horse.
No. Unless you... yeah, you know what? Sure. Yeah, you got a free horse. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll just load up all of his armor and clothes and whatnot, put him in his saddlebags, and
Let me see what he had.
How do you know this person is
the light
chaos?
allows me to see into people's souls.
Yeah, okay, let's just look at it.
He had a mace, leather armor, and a sling. And then
What was it?
Sorry, what were you saying?
And then, of course, what? Sorry.
I missed it again.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So you dealt with this trader, and this may I'm imagining that this is kind of a thing in Zelkor's Ferry. Zelkor's Ferry is kind of like a rigidly religious and lawful place because you've got people that can go around and test whether or not somebody is, proper enough.
Got the tea.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that Zelkor's has had problems with that in the past. They've had traitors, they've had people betray them. One person was just murdered in the night, and then somebody ran off, and so yeah, this is a place of law and order, I think, maybe.
Yeah, he ran off with a tentacle helmet.
I'm going to make that note, too, because there have been some people interested in unlawful things occurring in Zelkor's, and I just don't think it would abide. I don't think it would survive there.
Every time a ferry comes, I'm probably down there on the docks waiting
Just
for it.
waiting for the mace. It's like it reminds me of the stories like of Puritans or something, like a Puritan colony or something,
Yeah.
It's this like small tight community, and you just don't sneeze the wrong way there. That's probably how it is. Okay. All right. What do you all do now?
Onward.
Let's not forget
To
that.
Rappan Athuk. Now that we've shed the dead wood.
Well, Caden, you know the way. Do you think they should go by the road, or do you think they should dead reckon straight there?
I think we should probably follow the road.
All right. Eventually, the patrol catches up to you. Let's see, this is 5 miles. So, 5, 8 is 9. Makes it 8.1. The patrol catches up to you. Because you're using a road, it says it's smooth and horse, so you can go 30 miles. So no, actually, never mind, they don't catch up to you. The road is rough and hasn't been tended to in a long time, but it's still clear, just stone and grass and things like that, even where it's overgrown. It's not, it's as clear as you could find, anyways. Let's see, I just forgot how far I went again. That was 13.1. So, you make it this far. You can see that there's a tree line here, a tree line here, and a mountain rising bald and barren. Only patches of trees on its side, rocky, a mountain rising up miles away. You can see some kind of stone artifice at the edge of the mountainside. And there is you can see here some sort of cabin that's ruined along the road about a mile or so ahead, and then more forest. And this road goes on. You can see way off in the distance at the horizon, at the edge of your eyesight, you can tell the road just falls into disrepair and ruin. What do you do?
Don't stop till you've brought us to the gate of this dungeon, my friend.
Mouth of Doom is to the south.
All right. This slows you down going through the forest quite a bit. But using the road with horses in the springtime is quite a good tactic with mercenaries to watch them, because you're able to get there with still hours left in the first day. Here... maybe... Well, I'll just describe it. For those who have not gone into the Mouth of Doom, you see as you ascend the mountainside, it's now early evening, late afternoon, hours into the day, and sweat pouring down on your from the sun beating down on you. It's been hot outside. You zigzag your way back and forth up this mountainside, And about halfway up, you see a huge stone demon face carved into the side of the hill. Its open mouth is about 10 feet tall, a gaping stone maw. As you peer down into the darkness, you see stone black steps leading down into the dark. Once you get here, Eric, he says, "That stone face! I recognize that stone face. I've seen it. I've seen drawings of this.
Yes, where?
In books and daylight. Yes, I'm certain. The stone face, this is the people that were there in the rain before Patrick. They worshipped the god of the dead. They thought him a good god before Patrick came. That stone face is the face of the god of death."
Huh. Oh, very ostentatious.
Indeed. And, let's see.
Well, I will not be the first to go in.
I will.
All right.
Yeah, Cave doesn't want to go first either, so.
Now, in order for this game mechanic or this game convention to work, Caden, you will need to guide us with whatever map or notes you have to where you want to go. And so my question is, and I apologize, did you all want to stay here on the first level or go to one of the two entrances into a lower level?
Well, so the first level's not completely explored then?
Right.
What do you all think?
If we go lower, we will be able to like fast travel there next time we come here. Otherwise, we'll have to discover it on our own.
That is correct. So one of the game conventions is that if you discover an entrance into a lower level, your player owns that. So long as you can describe to me how to get there, you can get there without encounters.
Okay. Well then, let's do that, at least to start.
All right, in that case, Caden, do you want to lead them to the stairs in the slug room?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you get there.
Okay. In the first room, you go south after you go down the stairs, past the room with I think it's a star on the door. Then we go right past an open room. At the end of this hallway, there's a pit trap, so step around that. We go south, that's the end of that corridor. We go west past a room with a cave in. At the end of that corridor, we go north, and then to the west again. Then south, past a room, like a barracks room. Then east. And then south, and there's a big room with these big green braziers of flame. And then there's a secret passage to the right that goes under a statue, and we come out and I check the ceiling for leeches.
You see no leeches.
And then there's stairs down in this room. We should probably take that to get that unlocked for you guys.
All right. I think I don't have the map, which again is not a big deal. I'd seriously considered not actually using maps. I ran B4 entirely Theater of the Mind, and it was amazing.
There's a second entrance we can get after this.
We'll probably only do one today. Probably only get one entrance. And yeah, it looks like I actually do not have the map, and that does not matter. You can absolutely explore this other level, and I'll bring that up.
What was the second direction we went? We went south and then...
Oh, yeah.
Missed it.
And the maps are posted in the Discord in a few places. I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
Did we go east or west? The second direction. Did we go east or west?
When he said right, he meant east. Yeah.
Okay, east. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got it written down just in case.
Rad.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
posted the maps and the other World Adventures.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Let's see here. Let me find this. May not even have the bookmark on it because we haven't. I don't think we've actually explored this level. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I have no idea what's over here.
It's
Okay, well now that we've got this entrance, do you all want to continue on with the first level and fill it out a bit more, or shall we go on?
We'll do this one since this basically simulates having traveled there. So.
Okay. No, I don't mean getting the other entrance, but anyways.
Okay, I think it's this one right here. Yep. You just make sure real quick.
I remember there was like a wall covered in roaches.
Alright, yep, it's this one. And this book has a ribbon I just rediscovered. The ribbon's too short, that's why I couldn't find it. Alright, so here we are. I'll describe what you see here. Let me take a quick look at this just to make sure I understand. Does anyone have... So, you have the two mercenaries guard your horses outside, of course, and your mule. And the rest of you come down into here, travel in these winding, claustrophobic paths. When you come down at the end of the stairs, you see that your torchlight seems as if it's struggling to swallow air, as if it might flicker out at any point. Who has a light source lit?
I have a hooded lantern.
Okay. Does anyone else want to have a light source lit?
Yeah, I could carry a lantern. I have one.
Okay, Magnus and Caden have lanterns. Those will go out after 6 turns, or 4 hours. Crap.
An oil vial a pint's supposed to last 4 hours, I think.
That's right, 4 hours for a lantern. Okay.
I have torches too if we leave them.
All right, and then just gonna. Just have to take a quick look. All right, I'm ready. Here's what you see. You come down stairs that switch back. It feels as if you go down the stairs for some ways. This feels fairly deep into the this stale air, claustrophobic, dark earth. And at the end of the stairs is an oval chamber. It's about 20 feet north to south as you're facing the west wall, and it's about 15 feet east to west. When you come down here, you hear a loud rustling sound, and then all of a sudden, they're on the wall. You thought was carpet. You thought it was like an ornament. And it turns out to be just roaches that have been hanging everywhere, and they just scatter in your lantern light into cracks all along the stones. The roaches are probably this big, and they scatter when you come down here. There are several wooden chairs that are broken and scattered. A few intact pieces of what once was furniture for some room here. There's a door on the north wall. It reads, "Healing and Recovery," which is carved into the stone. On the south door, there's only a single word in Low Woldish. Forbidden. Which is carved into the stone. What do you do?
It's the only door?
There's a door to the north and a door to the south.
And the south door is marked forbidden?
Yeah. Who's mapping, by the way? So I get you the XP for it. You will not survive if someone does not map. Probably shouldn't be the caller. Probably should be somebody else.
I can map.
All right. I'll give you those dimensions again. You'll need them when you come down to the bottom of the stairs.
Just a second.
No problem.
I got a notebook here.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. When you come down to the bottom of the stairs, this is an oval-shaped room, so the corners are rounded, right? It is, and I had this wrong, I'm glad I looked a second time. It is 30 feet east to west, 30 feet. And it's about 45 feet north to south. Oval chamber. On the north wall is a door, and on the south wall. The doors here look like this fat, heavy, old, iron-banded wood that all the doors that you've seen here are made of. And then there's some broken furniture pieces in the room, some pieces of old chairs and stuff.
So the stairs come down into the middle of the room?
No, they come down into the east wall of the room. Good question. Good point.
East wall. Okay. So let me. Okay, and then we've got doors on which walls?
North and south.
North and south. And which one says forbidden?
The south wall says forbidden. It's carved into the stone, and the north wall has carved into the stone healing and recovery.
We're busy.
Okay,
If it is, it's the only issue I can.
let's check.
Might be easier for Calvis to go down.
Let's check the forbidden.
I feel like. You know what? I'm gonna search for secret doors.
Yeah.
I will assist.
You all take the time to look around and see if you can find something in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're specifically checking the walls to see if there's some secret entrance or something, or like something like in the wall.
I'm gonna check the west wall.
Okay.
I'm looking for maybe bricks that can move or push in to activate a secret door or something.
All right, and then I just want to make sure I understand. Everybody's checking the walls specifically, and is everybody doing this?
I'm checking the south door specifically, around it, near it, on the floor and on the walls.
Yeah. Okay.
And the door
Yeah.
itself, like, knob, keyhole, whatever.
Right.
Latch, whatever it uses.
All right. So Regarius is checking the west wall. Magnus is checking the south door and searching around that. Let me just.
Caden can check the east wall.
Okay. Let's see. That will be 20 minutes that have passed. You said you checked the east wall, Caden?
Yep.
Okay. And then what is Father Bloombad doing?
I'll go around and then look at all the flagstones and also the ceiling. I'll
The floor.
see
and
if
the
I can't
ceiling.
find. Yeah.
Okay. And then meanwhile, Eric is unusually quiet. It didn't focus. It's not focusing. But it looks pretty good. I think I see it. It looks pretty good. All right. So, let's see if I get this right. Regarius, you check the west wall. Look. The west wall. You can see that there are thousands of little cracks scattered cracks and gaps within the stone. You think they might be big enough for some gigantic cockroach to flatten out its body and squeeze inside. That's probably where they all went. This place is porous with these cracks in the stones. They don't seem to have, there doesn't seem to be any entrances or anything.
Are these cracks like in the mortar between the stones, or are the actual stones like cracked and broken?
Like, is it natural or on purpose, you mean?
Like was the structure damaged from an earthquake or something?
It looks like maybe this was bored out at some point, possibly by creatures. Yeah. A combination of that and then age. Alright, and then Magnus, you check the south door. The south door has the word forbidden. The door itself is this heavy... Looks good. Yeah, I think so. I think it looks good.
Cool. I'll check periodically.
Well, I won't, and then I won't tell you. I'll be like, oh, I don't know. You know?
It always looks good.
Yeah. And then, anyways, the door is like this. It's like a big, heavy wooden door with iron banding, and then in the stone it says forbidden. When you look at the word carved forbidden, you can see scratches next to it, and in very small print scratched next to it are scrawled the words torn out of the stone, until now, by somebody. And then let's see, Father Bloombad, you check the ceiling. The ceiling here looks like it's intact. It actually looks like this. It is also a stone ceiling. It looks like it is intact and in good shape. You don't see anything on the ceiling. And then the stone floors are also stone and in good shape. And then, Caden, you check the east wall, and you don't find anything.
Okay.
Okay, but nothing on the door itself. What is the mechanism? Does it?
Oh, sorry. It is a bevel, an iron bevel that you would turn, and it will activate a mechanism. And when you gently look at the mechanism, check it, you don't see any lock, and it appears to not be locked.
I can cast Find Traps. It would last for 20 minutes, so...
Yeah. So I'm gonna just... I mean, I don't know if... I'm gonna take an extra second to look at they say it's not locked. So have I looked at it as close as I can look at it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's locked. You don't see any weird mechanisms. You don't hear anything from where you are. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, that is about it.
Does the door that says forbidden, does it open inward or outward based on the hinges?
Based on the hinges, it looks like it opens inward, like you would pull it in.
Okay, I'm gonna take some. Does it have like a pull ring?
Yeah, bevel. Yeah, you twist and then pull it.
I'm gonna tie some rope to it, and then I'll twist it, and then I'll back up about 20 feet and pull it open.
You guys want me to cast my spell?
No, let's save that.
Does that sound okay to
unless you want,
to you?
If you want.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, you do that. You get in the center room, take the rope. Everybody stands back. You pull the door open. You can see from your lantern light that beyond the door, a corridor continues to a wall and then turns east and west, or left and right from where you are. So you're facing south, okay, the door. And beyond the door, it's about another 20 feet to the wall. And then it turns left and right, east and west, and then it goes on into a corridor, east and west from there.
Gotcha. Is this a 5 foot wide?
They're 10 feet
10
wide.
foot.
Yeah.
and 10 feet wide. Okay.
All right. Do you all you go on to the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we check the north door?
I mean, let me just cast my spell. That way, we don't have to worry about somebody getting,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far? Well, let me just
30 feet.
Okay, 30
Less
feet.
for 20 minutes.
Does it go through walls?
No, but I mean, it would make, like, if the door was trapped from the other side, I mean,
Yeah.
then the door would glow. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. Yeah, that perfect spell description, by the way. I appreciate that. That's keeping it simple. Love it. Let me look real quick.
And I'll untie my rope and pack it up.
All right. Yeah, you do that. You do sense several traps, multiple ones. It looks like somewhere ahead, people have placed an entire series of traps for people. And you go ahead.
At the north door or the south door we're looking at?
So you're facing the south door, and you pull the rope, and then Father Bloombad enters his state of prayer to sense this treachery, you know, and you sense it beyond the door, the south door, and to the left.
Okay. I'll run around the room real fast, just check all the other doors, see if any of them
Yeah, no other
go up.
traps.
I'll look up the stairway also.
Yep, no traps other than that.
Oh, good. All right, yeah. So let's go. There's a whole bunch of traps. I mean, let's go while I still have this thing. You know what I mean?
Where would you like
Where
to
are
go?
To the south, there's a series of traps.
Yeah, so south, and then to our left, that would be to the east. Down the east passage is where these traps are situated.
Yes, that's correct, right, Russ?
Can you tell what triggers them, or
Well, the
just
trap
triggers the trap?
trap will glow, so like it'll give us an idea about how to disengage
Okay.
it or get around.
Like-
It, you know what I mean?
I have a 10-foot pole you can borrow.
Right. So like if it was a covered pit, like the edges of the cover would glow. You know what I mean?
All
So I
right,
would know
so-
that was a trap.
Yeah, so Father Bloombad, you go into the south door, you look on the other side, you see a corridor, okay? If somebody takes a lantern with you, you can see after you go through the south door, you come to the corridor east and west, right? Turning to your left toward the east, you can see that it goes on down this corridor down to the edge of your lantern light into the darkness. And you see, let me make sure I have this right. I don't want to make sure I have this wrong. You can see several things. They're in the corridor. I'll actually draw this because I don't want to obfuscate this at all. Let me get a nice big bright thing to draw with. So you're looking out this south door. Well, that's not good actually. Let me look out this south door. Okay, this is south. Okay, and you turn to the east where these traps are. This corridor continues on to the east, to the edge of your lantern light. You can see glowing the edge of some sort of trap. Now there's a space at the edge of the trap where it's not trapped. Okay, it's some sort of plate in the center of the floor, and then you see glowing something in the ceiling and walls halfway. And then past that, at the edge of your lantern light, is another thing in the floor.
Okay, so we have pressure plates up ahead. So let's.
Yep.
I'll mark them for you guys. I'll pour water around the edges of them.
Okay.
Unless somebody has chalk or anything like that.
I do have chalk.
Okay, yeah, let's mark them with chalk.
Yeah, I've got 2 sticks of chalk.
Yeah,
Make
so
a note of this.
give me the chalk. I'll mark it off real fast so we can walk around it, so we know where it's safe.
With chalk. Okay.
Maybe the trap only goes goes off if your shadow touches it.
Yeah, by
Let's not find out.
marking the boundaries of these with chalk and walking around them, nothing happens. You're able to pass through the other side, and you can see glowing around this mechanism around it. You look up in the walls, you can see a gap where something can come down. But by not pressing on the plate, nothing happens.
Nice. Probably a pendulum trap.
Yeah.
I assume that you mark that with chalk for any of the other companions that come through here, and you also mark this one with chalk.
Yes.
And I have that noted.
And I'm putting it on the map too.
When you come to the end of this corridor where this so from the time you come to the wall after the south door in the previous room, all these series of traps, this is 100 feet long corridor, 100 foot long corridor.
Okay.
The last trap after the thing in the wall, that's about 70 feet down the corridor, okay? And
So it's the third trap.
Yeah. And then it continues on, and then it elbows back to the left, to the north.
All right, I will continue.
Yep, I'm gonna be roughly behind him with a lantern.
All right. I'm going to get rid of this. As you turn left down this corridor and look to the north, the corridor continues on for about 40 feet and then ends suddenly. You can see here where the dead ends into a wall. But the wall is decorated with a bas relief carving of a left hand.
It's not trapped.
It is not trapped. Well, let me make sure. Let me make sure.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because I detect magical traps also.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's a dead end?
Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry.
It does appear to be a dead end.
With a bas relief of a left hand in it.
Yep. Like a left hand, just
In other words, like a left hand that you put your palm, like a spread wide hand that you could put a left hand against, or like someone's like a rendering of like an artful rendering of a left hand.
It is a bas relief carved into the stone, and it is a left hand as if it's sort of reaching out to you.
Does that mean anything? Does it have any magical significance?
Egan thinks for a moment. He says, "I'm not aware of anything that it could be." He looks
you mean
nervous.
Eric, not Egan. Egan is walking half naked through the wilderness.
Eric. Yeah, let me get rid of this guy.
Not half naked, fully naked.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can
Eric,
underpants too, huh?
he doesn't seem to know, and you don't seem to know. You're not sure what this left hand signifies.
And no traps?
There are no traps.
Does it look?
I'll put my left hand on it.
You put your left hand on it.
I was just going to ask. Does it look?
Father Bloombad, you put your left hand on it, and you see Father Bloombad disappear.
Oh, Loombad? Hayden just kind of looks around like, what?
I'm going to tap on that wall with my staff.
Okay, let me see here. You tap on the wall with the staff, nothing happens.
I'm going to tap the hand with my staff.
Nothing happens.
Well, my friend, magical secrets, I say to Eric.
Maybe if we wait a few minutes, he'll come back. If not, we got to decide if we want to follow.
Last time someone disappeared, it was kind of horrific.
Horrific how?
We lost our shadows.
When he points this out, Magnus, you notice that none of them have shadows but you. Only your lantern light shows your long shadow going back down the corridor.
I assume Eric has one too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Of course, Eric as well.
I stare in astonishment. Is that the only thing that happened?
Oh, there was a giant lizard that talked to us.
Eric is he's like nervous and his hands are shaking and he's like, I wouldn't believe you, sir, if I didn't see it myself. Magnus, they don't have shadows.
It's fascinating, but not pertinent to our problem at hand.
No, and that man did disappear. Let me see what spells he has. Let's see here. What about detect magic? You all want to do that?
Yes.
All right. He
I did hold portal and sleep.
Yeah.
He casts detect magic, and he's like, "This I see now. This is magical. In fact, if you have anything that you can transcribe this with, you might be able to use this, Magnus."
Transcribe what?
The symbol.
Oh, I do. I've got ink and parchment.
Yes. You might try holding the paper up and trying to get an impression of it or something like that, or maybe something if you have a handkerchief or something, because this contains a spell. This is using the power of the other. It's a teleportation spell.
Well, yeah, I've got my spell book. I've got parchment. I'm not sure what else I could use.
All right. You
got ink.
If you take a round to do this, you can basically find a way to try to do an impression and take some notes, and you have a component necessary to accelerate the learning of teleport. Or whatever it is.
Okay.
I'll make a note of it, because whatever it's
I'll, yes, I will suddenly set the lantern down, and perhaps he's doing the same. I don't know. But the two old guys sit down and start writing in their books for a while.
Yeah, let's see here.
Gideon is like a Blimbad might be by himself there.
He might be. It's true.
I hope so.
I hope
Me?
so. I hope so too. It's a good.
All of a sudden, so you all are getting the transcriptions, you're almost finishing it, and you hear like, it starts getting louder and louder, and then all of a sudden, from cracks in the walls, this huge, gangly, millions of footed centimillipede thing falls and slops off onto the floor and starts scurrying around, and then these giant roaches, and the whole room just fills up with these huge insects. And eventually they start crawling around on you.
Gideon runs up and puts his hand on the symbol.
You disappear.
Am I done? Am I done transcribing?
And at that, you're done transcribing at that, actually. Eric is like, no, wait! Oh dear. Oh, well, I see.
Okay, Eric, I have to follow my friends.
No, wait, not yet. And he starts like trying to get the insects off him. The whole room is filling up with insects.
You can copy mine. Let's go.
No, Gregarious, please, quickly, grab my hand. And this thing tries to get in his mouth. He pulls it off and tries to get your hand.
Grab his hand.
You grab his hand, and then he touches it, and then you disappear. And then you appear somewhere else. Yeah. I'm sorry, what was Magnus doing?
Well, I was gonna touch it before him. But, yeah.
Okay. It is now, let's see, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It is now 1 hour into dungeon time.
Okay.
Okay, so, let's see here. What happens to you all?
Yeah, those big millipedes are no joke.
So something tells me we're all in different places.
If you get bitten by that thing, you have to make a death save.
Oh, well, wouldn't be my first rodeo.
I feel like I'm going to get this wrong, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm not screwing it up too bad. Okay. Let me just make sure that I have this right. I'm sorry, I don't want to screw this one up. This would be bad if I screwed this up.
Yeah.
No pressure. Let's see. Okay. This is what you see. You are now in a square room. It is 30 feet by 30 feet. Regular stone. About 15 feet high from floor to ceiling. On each of the four... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What did I see? Sorry.
Oh, you are all in a square room. 30 feet by 30 feet. 15 feet from floor to ceiling. Father Bloombad, you appeared here, and you were here for a second until they decided what to do. So here for maybe a minute or two, right?
Any traps?
No traps. No traps. Yeah, and you see on the four walls the same symbol of the left hand reaching out in boss relief on the four walls.
Oh.
And you see also in the center of the room is a rotted table. A skeleton dressed in tattered white robes still holds a scroll of red parchment in his skeletal right hand, lying beside the table. The left hand is missing.
Huh.
Yeah.
I will approach the skeleton, but I won't touch it yet.
Okay, you start to approach the skeleton, and first thing is that something smells old and nasty. It has that kind of moldy, static mold smell of something turned and wrong and sick. It has a sick smell. As you get closer, you can also see that his bones are slightly pitted and decayed and covered in tiny holes in places. You can see that some of his teeth have decayed and fallen out. He looks like he's screaming, is how he died.
Oh, lovely.
I think detect magic still works for a while, so Eric is able to say as he comes through the other side, and he pulls another bug off of his ear that's sucked onto his ear, and he throws it against the wall, oh god, I can, this place, those walls also teleport, I don't know where, and that scroll is, some sort of, magic of life, I think it's, it might be a holy scroll of some sort.
Magic of life.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll grab it and look at it.
All right, this is a scroll of cure disease.
Oh, awesome.
That didn't work for him.
And that's clerical school, right?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that he died of a disease.
That's true.
So here's my thinking. That if one of these teleporters took us to over a bottomless pit or something, then it would detect as a trap.
That's a good point. Yes. So if something like that happens, certainly remind me.
And so none of them are glowing. So I think we have like a riddle here to figure out. There's like maybe one of them takes us back, and maybe another one takes us to a treasure chamber of some sort.
Well, do you remember which one you were standing next to when you came in?
Oh yeah, where was I? Where did I pop Bamf in at?
You came in near the south wall.
South wall. Okay. All right.
So that one might take you back, or it might not.
Yeah, I'm willing to test it if somebody want to give me a light source.
Well, there's nothing but bugs over there.
But I'll just be able. I mean, if it takes me there, I'll just be able to come back immediately. If it doesn't, then I mean, at least we can check this off the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll give you a torch.
Okay. Light the torch, and I'll put my left hand on the south wall.
All right. You disappear for everyone.
And if I appear where the bugs are, I'll immediately put my left hand on that left hand.
Okay. Father Bloombad is gone for several seconds. And then he appears again, covered in bugs, and starts wiping them off himself.
All right.
Well,
so
we know how to get back.
Yeah, we got that figured out.
Yeah.
So we got 3.
Which one takes us back?
The south wall. I mean, while my detect traps is still functioning, I think we should maybe test these all out. You know what I mean?
By all means.
Yeah.
All right. Which one do you try next?
I'm thinking north wall. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Sure.
Are you gonna follow me in rapid succession?
If you're not, what do you want us to do if you're not back in 5 seconds?
Yeah. Wait 5 seconds, and then if I don't come back, I mean, like I said, I'm detecting a trap, so like he shouldn't be trapped. You know what I mean? It would be a magical trap if it put me over a pit or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yes, but it could put you into a room full of monsters, and it would.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying follow me in rapid succession. And I put my left hand on the north
wall. Okay.
That's why I gave him a torch and not my lantern.
And you said that you all follow him.
It's a good enough plan.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't come back.
Okay.
I should give it like 15 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, he disappears, and he's gone 15 seconds.
And so, like, if I'm somewhere where there's another teleporter thing, I can teleport. I'll teleport back, like, right away.
Oh, okay. All right. So he disappears as soon as he touches the hand on the north wall, and then gone. Appears again. And
what did I see?
Yeah, and what you saw is you saw a tiny room. It is 10 feet by 10 feet, and a small chamber about 15 feet high. There are the remnants of a bed and nothing else. Yeah.
South wall? Is the hand on the south wall?
The south wall is the one that you already checked. And then...
No, I mean in the 10 by 10 room.
Oh, it's actually the west wall. Yeah. Which is relative when we say north, south, east, west. All of that's meaningless right here, right now, right?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
As far as my perspective is,
Right.
that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Does anything detect this trapped?
Nope.
All right, then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to immediately go to the east wall.
All right, you go in the east wall, and it's identical to the last room. And I want to emphasize, this is a stone room with no doors, 10 feet by 10 feet, 15 feet tall, with only the bas relief of a hand reaching out from the stone, and a bed that's in shambles and nothing else in the room.
West wall, same thing.
Okay, and then you do the west wall. Let's see here.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The teleport hand is on the west wall of this room, also.
The north wall.
North wall. Okay, so it's definitely a different room.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know that, but that's fine. But it's,
Well, I mean the angle of the bed and the
yeah, the bed is different and everything. Yes.
yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna come back out and I'm gonna do west wall in the main room.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me make sure I have this right. This one's really fast. So Father Bloombad, doop, doop, and he comes back. Disappears, comes back. It seems like they travel at different rates. Yeah, and when you let me make sure that I understand this. There's something about this that as soon as you enter this, something is glowing in the center of the room. It's glowing in its own right, an orb that floats and glows, but it also glows with the power of your insight because you know that it was placed here for anyone that would come into this place. You need to make a saving throw.
Okay, and is this the 10 by 10 room also?
And Mike, you would not know this, so you can't map it, okay? But I'll just generally describe it. This is a hexagonal room that is about as big as the previous room.
Fail.
You fail. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. It's going to attack you. This orb in the center of the room. As it does that, a 19 does a 19 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, it gets 2 attacks. It's going to do a second one. A 6 does not hit, does it?
Correct.
Energy pours out of this thing, and it cracks into you for 3 points of damage. The bulk of this ray of power bolting out of this thing actually slams into the wall nearby. It almost destroys the bas relief hand. You can see that there is a bunch of stuff in this room. I'm assuming you probably touched the bas relief hand as soon as possible.
Real quick though, what do I see?
Yeah, I mean, so as such, I'll just give a very general description, but not a detailed one. You do see in this room that there are workbenches, a dilapidated armchair, and a bunch of cabinets. There is a bas relief hand, like the others, on the north wall in this case, and then the one next to you that you came in on the east wall. That's all you see without further investigation. And checking the place out.
Yeah. I teleport back, or attempt to, at least.
Okay, yeah, you teleport back, yeah. Alright.
Alright, so there is some type of energy monster in that room. There is also another teleporter in there. So that is probably the way to, the treasure. But while our boy with the robes has detect magic up, maybe he should pop into the north and east wall ones and look into those rooms.
He does that. And he does the north wall. He detects nothing. He does the east wall, and he comes back and he says, that did have some sort of magic, not just the teleport magic, but also some sort of holy wood, a divine magic. It had something on the teleport. I can tell that it's meant to ward against something or protect against something.
It wouldn't allow evil things to teleport into the room? Something like that, you mean?
Something of that sort, but something in particular, and I'm not sure what. I would have to see it in action.
We'll go through and I'll come through.
Okay, yeah, you've been to this room. It's the small 10-foot room. It's got the second configuration of the bed that you saw the second room. And you both go in the room, and he says, "Yes, there's some sort of aura on this that's it's different than the first one. Something that wards something from being able to come back and forth."
And there's magic like on the bed also, or you said there's some type of wood?
No, just on the teleport, the bas relief hand. Of course, it's magical and it's imbued with some permanent teleporting power, but it's also got some sort of holy ward, some divine magic of some kind.
All right. Well, I kind of want to search the room. I mean, I imagine everybody would come through, right? Since we know it's safe.
It's a tiny room. When you search it, you don't see anything of note in any of the two rooms except a bed, which doesn't have anything in it or anything, and a stone room and the bas relief carving. There is nothing else of note in either of the two rooms.
This is like a safe room. Like we can sleep in here and not worry about.
Yeah, I do want to note again: stone room with no doors. So when you come in here, you are encased. You are. Entombed.
How does that give oxygen?
Yeah, that's another thing. No oxygen.
Yeah, it is very stuffy, and you find it very uncomfortable. You find yourself breathing harder, and your torches, your lanterns are struggling.
All right, yeah, all right. I'll get back to the main room then. Do we want to fight this creature and try to get to the treasure room at guards?
Sure.
How does one fight such a thing?
Yeah, I'm not liking this energy creature.
I'm imagining we may need magical weapons to hit it.
I have a magical weapon,
lack.
but I don't have a good chance to hit. So
I have a magical shield, which I could shield bash it. And,
I'm afraid I have nothing of the sort. Unless sleep will work on it.
And Ross, I want to use one of my healing poultices.
Okay.
It heals for D2.
I didn't remember. I said D2.
No, that's what I have written down. I have healing poultices times 3 D2 right after it.
That sounds. I don't feel like I would use D2. Maybe I would. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. That makes sense.
So
actually.
I'm just gonna go odd is the 1 and even is 2, so I get 2 points back.
All right. He says, Eric. He says, the only other things that I know how to do to help. Oh, this place. I can unlock a magical door, and I can summon light. Which can be used to blind or to see. And if we want to take the risk, I do know a different way that I could use the light and call into something else. And I can make it dark. But it's a little bit risky.
Sleep's probably not going to work on this creature, so...
But would that darkness work?
It might just...
You said it was an orb, like a physical orb, or...
Yeah, was it round and smooth, or was it like,
It was a floating, glowing globe of light, and it shot energy out of it.
So, obviously our magic user should come through last, but,
Yeah, I'm willing to take a chance on it.
Yeah, okay, so, you have the magic item, your magic weapon. I'm going to try to shield bash it, I guess.
I do.
Did anyone bring the horn with them?
Oh! I'm worried the horn might cause a cave-in.
Yeah.
Or destroy one of the hands.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to destroy the hand. I'm thinking treasure room.
All right.
And there's three traps on the way here, plus this puzzle. You know what I mean?
We got one vote for fighting. Mike, I'm hearing a no vote. And then what about Caden and Magnus.
Fight.
Fight.
I
All right.
will be hardly any help, but I suppose I can throw a dart at the thing.
All right. Let's see here. I'm just getting your tokens ready.
What is Ramius? Fiber or?
Fighter, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then Caden. Okay. So the fighter and the 2 clerics go in first, and then the magic users wait for a second, go in after.
If you do have to use that horn, make sure you don't aim at the north wall or the east wall, where the hands are. You know what I mean?
I think it's Rogarius that's got possession of it, according to.
Eric says, Rogarius, hold Father Bloombad's hand when you do this. Trust me.
Oh, well, let's all go in together then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can do it.
Make a
Okay.
change. Let the magic user come in after the magic users come in after us.
All right. You come into the room, and this thing is floating in the middle of the room. Like I said, armchair. There's cabinets. There's another symbol on the north wall. It's otherwise an enclosed square, and it starts to charge this energy you can see in it to attack you. Magnus, you can roll for initiative. Or actually, first things first, who's casting a spell? Anybody? No? Okay. Roll for initiative. And I will as well. You all win. You're able to act first.
Okay, I didn't actually get the roll off.
All right. If anybody is moving or firing a missile, you can do that now. If you fire a missile after this, you will have a chance of hitting your allies.
I'll throw a dart at the thing.
Yeah, I'll try a sling stone.
All right.
I'll shoot my bow.
Remember, Caden, you're the one with the magic weapon too. So.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, wait, do melee.
All right. And if you fire, you can't move. So. Okay. Regardless misses. Magnus misses. You have to hit a 16. Oh, wait. There you go. You hit it. It flickers, actually, when you hit it.
So it looks like it's taking damage.
Yep.
I'm going to go with my heavy mace then instead of the... shit.
Misses. And then, so I'll actually... So you move up, right? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm going to move up and hit it with my mace.
All right, go for it. And actually, I'll have what's his name use a sling, and he hits for 1 point of damage. Yikes! It's going badly so far. All right, it's going to shoot. It's going to shoot at Father Bloombad. It gets 2 attacks. Let me make sure I don't have that wrong. It says attack 2 lightning bolts. Which I will be generous here and say that 2d6 represents that as well. So the first one, does a 12 or a 5 hit?
Ooh.
Nice.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Father
yeah.
Bloombad, you're able to hold up your magic shield and take the force of this. The room lights up. And you just like hold up your magic shield and it absorbs it. Magnus, roll a d6 for initiative. Two. It goes first. It misses. It misses again. Nice. All right. Anybody firing a missile? Don't actually fire missiles. You're gonna hit your friends. Does he have a dagger? Does my poor magic user have a dagger? This is a desperate situation. He does have a dagger, and so does he have the courage to actually go up and fight this thing? He does, and so he does that. So he comes up, and he's going to try to hit it. And he misses. All right. Anybody else trying to hit should do that now. 12 misses. You got to do a 16.
Yeah.
Regardless, you hit it for 2 damage.
Aha!
You can see it flicker when you hit it. You hit it. What are you hitting
Rolling
with a staff?
10s.
Oh, nice.
Staff, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, it's gonna. Let's see. It already had its turn. You can roll another d6 Magnus. You got to beat a 5 or 6. You got it. You all can act first. Everybody rolled to hit. Hits, nice.
For
that hits. 2.
A
So
10
let's see.
again?
4. So that's 6.
That's 3 10s in a row.
I rolled
6, 7.
the lowest damage I could.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20. Or
Nice.
maybe a 20.
7 plus
Good damage
6
on that,
is
too.
11. So that's a total of 16 on that round. Or with everything, anyway. All right, and that makes it its turn. It's going to make 2 attacks against Father Bloombad. It misses. Oh, man, you are lucky tonight. All right, D6. Thank you. Excellent. You all can attack first.
Oh yeah, nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So,
Magnus is just stumbling around over there.
Yeah, Caden too.
all right, and then Regarius. 14 misses. It's got to be a 16. So let's see. Bloombad did 4 damage. The light flickers, but it still doesn't go out, despite everything, as it's been shooting at your magic shield. And let's see. Roll a d6 Magnus. And you get a 5. You all are able to act first.
Another nat 20. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So, Father Bloombad, you're okay, yeah. Father Bloombad, you're holding up this magic shield. It's shooting these bolts of energy into it. You just keep trying to beat it down with your mace. Describe how you kill this ball of energy.
I think I hit it with my mace, and like it all just sort of disperses and like goes apart into little balls of light that extinguish before they hit the wall.
Yeah, that happens. And this room is now yours to explore.
And before my fine traps runs out, maybe we should go through this last teleporter.
Okay, let me see here. You go on the north wall.
Yeah, because it's going to take us 10 minutes to search this room, which is, it's going to be
Yeah,
the
we
end
can
of my
search all
fine
the way
traps. Yeah. That's good. I'll go first.
All right.
Put my left hand on the teleporter.
He disappears, and he is gone for more than a minute.
Huh.
Oh. We shouldn't we have waited like 15 seconds?
What do you do?
We need to go after him, don't we?
Yeah, I think Caden would go after him after a minute.
Okay. If you all, and then someone, the wizard asked that somebody hold Regarius' hand, and then you all touch the carving. Go on the other side. Father Bloombad is not here. You come out the other side, and you see and I'm just going to describe this quickly, and you can decide if you want to, touch the carving and leave right away, or go back, or what you want to do, but this is a large, long, rectangular room with a door at the south end. So this isn't mapping. I'll give you the details later if you decide that you want to stay here. Actually, I guess I'll give you the details because then you'll have the map, right? Like that's the benefit of going in the room, right? Okay, so here it is, Mike. This room is rectangular. It is 30 feet east to west and 60 feet north to south. There's a door on the south wall. About halfway down on the east wall is a corridor. This corridor has a pool of some disgusting, foul-smelling green substance that's flowing down into a pool in the center of the room. This pool is about 20 feet wide, and as you enter this room, Magnus, you can roll a d6. And as you do that, I'll tell you one other thing that you see. This is some sort of library. There are shelves in here. 10 large, heavy, leather-bound books, and several copying tables where they're copied sit amongst the shelves. There's a locked cabinet bolted onto the north wall. And let's see, you get a 3. Okay. Let me just check something real fast. Nothing happens.
And so, how big is this room?
It's 30 feet east to west, 60 feet north to south.
Oh, wow.
I call out for Bloombad.
You get no response from Bloombad, but suddenly these figures start to rise from the muck. These humanoid figures covered in whatever this stuff is. They slowly start to shamble towards you.
Let's touch the hand and be gone. Hold hands, touch the
Yeah,
hand, be gone.
let's go back.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to pan the camera over to Father Bloombad. You came in here, you saw the same things. And it took you a while. And then you come in here, and then your policy is you touch the hand again, right? I just want to make sure I got that right. Okay. So you touch the hand again, the left hand, and then you come back into the room you were in, and all your friends are gone.
All right. So we got some time shenanigans going on here.
Can I play telephone?
I'll start searching the room while I wait for them.
Okay. After a while, then, if you start searching the room, your friends show back up again.
Are there any traps in that other room, though?
Let's see. Yeah, good question.
Lock cabinet,
There was.
many leather-bound tomes.
The cabinet that was locked has a trap. You saw a small, glowing, cylindrical thing sticking out backwards from the lock mechanism.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, and so anyways, let's see. You have a bunch of cabinets in this room. There are 5 cabinets in a row. Do you check all of them, or do you check one of them, or check all the cabinets?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll start with one. I'll check it and then move on.
They are unlocked. The first one you check, it has stacks upon stacks of old parchment, quill pens, bottles of ink that unfortunately have now solidified, 10 vials of very fine sand, and a rusty razor blade.
Okay.
You check the next cabinet? And can I assume that you would share all this information with each other?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next cabinet would be of great interest to Magnus, if you favor him over Eric.
For sure.
Because it has 6 books. These are rare and odd books that are ancient and entirely academic in nature. They are written in an ancient Old High Woldish, which is like Old English to Old English. Whatever before Middle English, whatever before that was.
Before that was Old English.
Old English then, yeah. So you speak like a Middle English now, and then this is like a mixture of old with Latin kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Before Old English would have been like Old High Norse or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of
Whatever.
like that, but you can still kind of somewhat vaguely make out Amador's basic anatomical book, Zavor's catalog of diseases and pestilences, Thero's, and I'll post these later. Thero's,
thank God.
Yeah, Thero's Introduction to Purgatives and Herbal Remedies, the 2nd edition. Polydor's collected essays on contagions and cures. Omens, portents, and prophecies of the healing powers.
Okay. Well, it sounds like they'd be of use to not just me. So.
There is a 6th book. It has thick leather binding. It's held closed with a massive lock. It has no title on
I'll save that for town, I think.
All right.
You say it's locked. I mean, there's no key roundabout anywhere.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
The third cabinet has a row of 20 bottles of liquid. 5 of them have a foul, acidic smell. 2 of them have a red, clear color to them. 4 of them are viscous and uncertain. You're not sure what, just like a oily, viscous content.
Now, I have a potion of healing. Does any of them like match that?
Yep, the red
Looks
one
wise?
does. The red one, yeah.
Excellent.
One of them has like a earthy green color, and the other 8 have like a an effervescent smell kind of to them. These are all the different bottles of liquid in this cabinet.
All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'll start putting them in my backpack.
I misunderstood something, so I'll give you credit for this, obviously, because you should have. The 4th cabinet glows.
Okay, so I won't open it.
Just don't open it. Okay. The 5th cabinet has 2 scrolls written on red parchment. They're locked. I'm sorry. And then a locked leather-bound book.
Oh, another one.
I'll wait just in case the magic user comes back with his detect magic still up.
I will say that it's gone by now. It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you do with the contents of the cabinets?
Well, I mean, are my friends back by now?
Yep.
Okay. So we got 2 more red scrolls. The last one was clerical in nature, and we have a trapped 4th cabinet. Also, the room that we went into, the cabinet in there was trapped, probably with a poison needle trap, I'm guessing.
You share all this out loud?
Yes.
Eric, he says, "Oh, good. Well, then I'll take these scrolls then,
Not so fast there.
and the books, of course."
And of course, you'll just take them all.
Oh, yes, that's what I thought.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Well, no.
Yes, we have our own academic, obviously.
Well, now that's not fair. I came all this way, and you promised that. Well, I should at least get half.
My friend, let's agree that we will study them together when we reach the tavern again.
I will aid in transcribing them.
Very well.
Yes,
Reasonable.
we'll learn twice as fast if we can each use our abilities together.
I suppose that's true. All right. So, do you take all of the contents, the book, the vials?
Gonna have to come back later with a thief.
Yes.
I mean, technically we don't have to. We could go in there and fight these creatures you told me about, and then we could just bash the cabinet open. I mean, it appears to me as to be a poison needle trap, because it was like a long,
I'm talking about this one glowing cabinet here.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the next room. I
Before.
mean, what about them books? I mean, they could easily be spell books.
Oh yes. No, I
I
agree.
just want to point out that. So, I'm sorry if this is like pulling back the curtain, but I'm discovering this with you all, which is wonderful. Like that's totally. So like I didn't plan on trying to give the magic users stuff, like right.
Right.
And then I love it. Like I'm like, ooh, magic stuff. Like me, I feel just like you guys. So that's great.
I mean, if we leave it, it may not be here when we come back.
There's nothing else in this room.
There's the 2 scrolls on red parchment and a locked leather-bound book, and
We should divvy up all the potions and like wrap them in cloth. Like, we should take our shirts off and rip them up so that like we can put them in our backpacks so they won't be like mashing against each other.
Well, no. the room has. There's pieces of parchment. We can wrap them. There's stacks of parchment in those.
Excellent
in that
idea.
first
Excellent
weapon.
idea.
All right, you wrap everything up. That takes some more time. It's been an hour and 30 minutes of dungeon time. You all have a few more minutes to explore if there's anywhere else that you want to go.
Here's my thinking is that we've killed the Guardian. If we don't get those books in the other room now, someone else might take them.
How many of those creatures did we count?
You counted 3.
Well, 3 is not too bad.
Maybe sleep will work on them.
What did they look like?
They look like humanoids covered in some sort of brightly green, sickly ichor.
Okay.
They look undead, or like they're the parts missing or anything.
They definitely did not look normal
Okay.
from the quick glance that you all saw. What do you think, Mike? Maybe took a call. You're muted in case you're saying something. All right.
Yeah, we can turn undead
Yeah, we
if
could
they
try
are.
that.
All right, let's try it.
I mean, he could potentially use the Horn of Blasting to not aim it at any of the books or the cabinet.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Are you all okay if we hypothetically? Because I know your goal is to get the books, right? That's my understanding. If you can.
Yes.
Is it okay if we end up going over a few minutes?
I'm good.
yeah.
I'm totally good.
If
Yeah.
that okay. So let me
I want to
see.
smash open the cabinet too. I just want to stand, you know.
Maybe we'll find some gold in there too. I don't know.
I think this is higher. I mean, we're getting like esoteric knowledge here.
I
You guys might be able to
couldn't
make
agree.
potions.
Couldn't agree with you more. I simply worry for our lives.
I can't.
I mean, as long as our lives are spent in, you know, adherence to the message of the light, then we're all good.
Interesting
Yes.
perspective. I'd love to chat about it over an ale in the tavern
All right.
when we survive.
So you
If
all
we survive.
you travel through to the other side, and these things, they're already here, shambling around the room. They're humanoid figures. They emit an unearthly gurgling moan. And there's this slimy Icarus goop, brightly green and sickly, snotty yellow that's dripping off of them. At some points you wonder if they're actually made of it. But you see some sort of gristly stuff that they seem to be made of underneath it. Let's see, Magnus, roll a d6 for initiative. Unless somebody's casting a spell.
Turn undead's not a spell, is it?
Yeah, we'll count it as a spell. So you'll do it at the end
Oh,
of the
okay.
round. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I'll try sleep just in case it happens to work.
Yeah. I don't
Nothing
think-
else to spend it on in this session.
Yeah.
It has to be a living creature. Can I obviously tell these are not living creatures, or?
They look odd. I think it's fair to say
Okay.
they don't look alive in
Alright,
the
so-
way you understand life.
All right, then I won't shoot
Now-
through sheer common sense.
Eric will he'll say, I'm going to blind one of them, aim for the left too. And he's going to try to cast light on the far right one to try to prevent it from acting, you know. All right, so let's see. You are able to act first. Anyone firing a missile can do that. But I don't think that's
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, I'm throwing a dart.
Or actually, you could stay back and try to fire missiles, but you won't be able to attack otherwise this round.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna fire a
shoot.
dart.
All right, what'd you say, Mike?
I'm gonna shoot missiles.
All right, right on. Go for it. Hit, and you got to hit a armor class 15.
Missiles, you can go twice with missiles, right? Does that include? I think that includes darts, right?
Twice.
No, only if you have a bow.
Oh, a bow. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bows
All
are
right.
short.
Anyway,
Start
I
three.
hit for 3.
All right.
I missed.
I was going for the leftmost one.
All right. Is anybody else firing a missile? No? If you're not firing a missile and you're going to attack this round, you have to move. Nope. Okay, then that is the end of your round. So these things then are going to move forward.
I was going to try my dead.
Same here.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Well, that will happen actually at the end of the round.
Okay.
They're not going to fire a missile.
I want to be behind guys with armor, if that's okay with.
Yeah, I
Okay.
imagine you probably you can set it. You can move. Yeah, as part of the move round, you can certainly move. And then they're going to move. Although let me just make sure that I don't have this wrong. This is one of those critical moments. Unfortunately, they go way faster than you would imagine. They're actually pretty fast. And they'll just line up like this. Okay. And then, let's see. Anyone doing melee combat or spells can do it right now.
I can
So
turn?
Yep, you can turn.
Shit. 6.
And take a look at the chart, and you let me know from the chart what you get from that.
I got a 13.
What does that do for zombies at your level?
I need a 7 at level 3.
How many?
Oh, wait a minute. You rolled 2d10. Are we supposed to roll 2d6 or 2d10?
2d10 for swords and wizardry.
Oh, and then I did not roll correctly.
Yeah,
I need to re-roll.
and the efficacy of it is different, I think, as well.
Oh, I got less.
Oh no. Okay. At your level, it may still do something, but you all let me know what it does. I don't know how many turns or what they do. You just let me know. And then this one, bam, light spell, so it's unable to act. And I'll go ahead and say that takes effect.
Turning undead. 4.
Yeah, I don't really see a number.
Zombie turn. Automatically turn. We just have to roll hit dice.
Okay. Then they start to flee.
Well, it's a 7 for. I mean, are you 4th level? Or
I'm
third
level 3.
Okay, yeah. You still got it with the 13. So we just have to roll hit dice. Is that 2d10 also, or is it 2d6? I guess I did have the book open.
Their hit dice are they're 2 hit dice monsters. So,
Alright, so 2d6 of the undead creatures are automatically.
So you gotta just. Well, you automatically would then.
Depart for 3d6 rounds.
All right. So at this point, basically, you have 2 options. You can either chase them down and hew them down as they flee, which will take you running and not mapping, to run after them because they're fast. Or you can just let them flee.
I say let them flee. Let's just get this treasure and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let them go.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. That works. And you have, through the power of the light, the 2 archpriests of Zelkor's Ferry have turned the undead.
I winch a little bit at the turning undead.
Yeah. All
So
right.
from the shape of that trap, did I correctly infer that it looked like is like a poison needle trap, or was it like thicker than a needle?
Yeah, it's like a tube.
Okay.
Yeah, cylinder.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and you have the locked cabinet here. You've got the pool of goop. And then you have a bunch of shelves with leather books, bound books.
Did somebody grab the locked book?
Yes.
We got all the stuff from the previous.
Both of them.
I should note that you see that one of the books is glowing. I'll say this is the last trap you can detect. It probably went too long, but...
All right, I'll mark the trap. I would have seen it when I came in last time.
That's right, yes. One of the books is trapped. The rest of them are not.
Okay, I'll mark that book. Don't touch this book or any of the books immediately around it. Let's loot as fast as we can. As soon as we're done grabbing books, I'm gonna smash the cabinet open and try to grab whatever's inside.
All right, I'm gonna say that to smash the cabinet open, you have a chance of destroying its contents, but you will not activate the trap. So to do that, it'll simply be a D100. If you roll under 30, then you'll smash it open without destroying anything. Anything past that will be a percentage of things destroyed.
Oof.
Do we want to risk that?
I mean, there's no other way of getting in there without risking our lives.
Yeah. Okay. So gather up as many books as you guys carry.
Is there a
and
way
then
we can
we'll,
open it without maybe being in the way of the trap? Or
If someone had thieves' tools and had identified it, then yes. But without it, I don't think so.
Wait a minute. What about?
It is locked. You know?
oh yeah, that's true.
All right. I have an iron spike. Like, what if I drove the spike into where the thing would come out at?
I'll still make that a check. You're not a thief, so I'll say that there's a chance that you could activate the trap. That would be a save.
I'm not going to risk that.
Yeah, I think to frame it basically, you know, because the person constructing this did it so on purpose, such that, you know, you have to go through their physical security. So, you either have to take a risk, which is a good idea, like to use a spike to activate it and then destroy the lock, but there's a chance you'll activate it, or you can try destroying the container and then see what happens.
Does anybody have a candle?
Could you use a spear instead of the spike?
And then, I mean, again, it is locked, so I think basically this would be like destroying the door. So I'm gonna say those are the two options that.
Just smash it. Just smash it.
Do we have a candle? Did somebody say yes?
Yeah, I have candles.
Why don't we fill the hole with wax first, so it can at least slow the needle down?
Sure. I'll say that gives you
Yep.
a plus 3 to your saving throw.
But it's locked. You can't unlock it.
It would be destroying it, but this is it's possible this will just straight up kill Father Bloombat. I mean, if that's not clear, like poison is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
I'm just gonna smash it open. You guys cool with that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I'm still gonna do the wax, but I mean,
All right, roll a d100.
here we go. We want to roll low, right?
Yep.
36.
Okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be under
6%.
30 though.
Well, 6%. Not bad.
All right. You smash it open. You destroy one of the objects inside, and it is. You see what is basically a crumpled up, destroyed, ruined blue scroll. Two blue scrolls are not ruined, and a red scroll.
All right, I'll grab the red because those seem to be clerical. Somebody else want to grab the blue ones?
Yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here.
All right.
Okay, so how many books did we grab? I mean,
If you left the one that was trapped, you grabbed 9 of them.
yeah.
Is
Okay.
there anything else we can see? Like,
Not of value.
okay.
Okay. So, you make it back.
Trapped book?
Huh? What would you say?
Did you say there's a trapped book nobody grabbed?
A trapped
Correct.
one, yes.
Yeah.
You're worried that if you pick it up, it's going to trigger the trap?
The book is the trap.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we don't actually know that. We just know that
Right.
the book is trapped. But
Could be if you open it.
I'll poke the book with my spear and slide it around and see if something happens.
I'll go in the next room before that happens.
yeah.
Nothing happens when you do that.
All right, I'm going to pick up the book.
All right. Save versus death.
Okay. All right. So let me come in here.
You can add any Constitution bonus to this, but no negative. If you have like a bonus,
Okay.
But I think it's
Gonna
just I think you just have to roll over your saving throw number, target save.
And that is 12. I have a con 13, so is that a +1? Hit point bonus +1.
Okay, yeah. So +1, and then I roll a d20.
So I need 12 or better.
Nope.
Oh no.
So you grab a hold of the book, and there's this.
Oh,
You realize that what appears to be leather is something squishy and ichorous, and then like it seizes you and like it seeps into you. You lose 1 point of strength from your big number permanently.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
But you do have the book.
Yeah, I tossed that down.
All
well,
right.
you don't want to keep it now?
So that's a permanent strength loss. I'll
Yeah,
have to look
I'm not
up.
being soft. It says that, I promise. Like just in case
You already triggered the trap, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
just-
that that's not pretty bad, but Rappan Athuk has worse things. But I
If
didn't.
I flip
But
from third.
all right. So,
Well-
anyways, you all make it back to Zelkor's Ferry the next day, and when you make it back, just real quick, and I'll put this in the chat, but some of the books you find are mystical diagnostics, introversions of toxins, or Miniod's essays on medicine, Carludian's second treatise of anatomy, the Motors Incomprehensiblium, Yargaric's Surgical Guidelines, Thurn's Book of Medicines, Cormon's Catalog of Internal Organs, and Intro to Natural Philosophy. All of these books are about medicine, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And,
That would be helpful to the town as well.
these are all worth quite a bit of money. So don't worry.
Yeah.
You'll get the full XP credit for it. And I think, is it fair to say that this is given into the keeping of Magnus and his new friend? Like this sort of joint property?
So I kind of wanted to, I wanted to suggest that, like, he and I start, like, a concern. You know, just if he's going to be around for a little while in town, why not work together and start, like, you know, and I don't think, I mean, other than the unfriendly necromancer, there's not really another going concern.
You
if
could
he's
you
gonna,
could eventually like build a small
hey,
study here. You know, if you had the
great
money.
great minds think alike. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
anyway,
copy the.
In the meantime, the really bad news is that you have to pay for a room to store all these weird tomes in.
that's fine. No, it's a gold piece, right?
So yeah, and you all it'll be 7 by next week, plus minus 2 for each day of silver pieces. Blah 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 blah. We'll work that out next session. Unless you can't attend next session, then let me know.
I'll be fine next week.
And then a couple of things we need to do before we go, but that will be the end of the gameplay session for tonight.